In Hawaiian perspective, Kanaloa is our deity that's manifested in the ocean environment. When we think about the environment's not a separate entity. The environment is a part of who we are. The environment is our family, our ohana. My name is Malia Kapua Onalani Evans. We are in Hawaii, heading into Papahānaumokuākea Marine National Monument, which is a sacred and indigenous space for Kanaka Oiwi, or Native Hawaiians.
Aloha, my name is Kanoi Ulalani Moishige, and I'm the Native Hawaiian Program Specialist for NOAA Papahānaumokuākea Marine National Monument. To be Kanaka Oiwi means to be genealogically tied to Hawaii and our islands and our oceans and the environment surrounding us, and a kuleana, or a responsibility and a privilege to care for these places and our communities who care for us.
My name is Thomas Morrow. I'm an expedition coordinator with NOAA Ocean Exploration. We are on board NOAA Ship Okeanos Explorer, a 224-foot vessel, formerly a Navy ship that served a couple of different missions in its lifetime. Now it's outfitted for exploring the deep ocean.
The Okeanos Explorer helps to facilitate that gathering and collecting of data about the ocean so that we can better protect the ocean for not only this generation, but for the generations that come after us. So my role on board the Okeanos Explorer is as a cultural liaison. If there's going to be any type of research occurring in our indigenous spaces, the cultural protocols of asking permission, of gratitude, of maintaining that physical, spiritual, emotional relationship with our environment is key.
This cultural liaison program was a chance to create a process that needs to be in place in order to build trust and meaningful pilina, or relationships, with Indigenous, and in this case, Native Hawaiian Kanaka Oiwi communities.
My name is Mokua Pasco, and I'm a graduate student from the University of Hawaii at Hilo. I am aboard the Okeanos as a cultural liaison. I am from the island of Oahu. I was born and raised in Kahalu. Here within the islands, you kind of have innate knowledge of your surroundings. And this is something that is very important to have, especially within the field, as it gives you that edge in conducting science and approaching things in a more humble sense. We are conducting exploration research on seafloor mapping.
We are currently out in the Pacific Ocean. We're spending our time out in Papahānaumokuākea, which is a marine national monument, a protected area to the west of the main Hawaiian Islands.
Papahānaumokuākea Marine National Monument is the largest marine protected area in the United States. It's over 582,000 square miles of mostly deep ocean, but it does contain 10 islands and atolls as Kanaka Oiwi. We view these islands and this place as a sacred place. It's a place of the evolution of life. In the Hawaiian perspective, Papahānaumokuākea is mostly po. Po is a realm of our deities. Po is a realm of our ancestors. Po is a place where life evolved and where life returns to after death. Versus the realm of Ao, which is the realm of the living, the realm of light. There is a distinct demarcation between the realm of Po and the realm of Ao, and that occurs on the Tropic of Cancer. In Hawaiian, we call it Ke'ala Nui Polohiva'a Kane.
Crossing over from Ao into Po was such an important moment for us because during this ceremony, we're asking for permission to be there. By doing this, we offer ho'okupu, or offerings. We offer ava to ask permission for this area. It's important when conducting science that you're not only just taking, but you're also giving.
When we say science is extractive, we're just shining light on the truth that's embedded within a Western scientific system, where the main goal is to do your research, to collect your data, and to publish it. And part of that process is gaining many publications to build your reputation as a good scientist. Being driven by publications in the Western science world enables that practice of going in, taking something, taking that knowledge, and never coming back.
When you're sitting around and kind of sharing your knowledge with other people, it creates such an important atmosphere for others to feel open and included in the traditional knowledge.
We had several live interactions with schools and children, between the ages of, 7 to 13 or 14. One of the things that we tried to communicate very regularly to them is that there is a space for them to come out and conduct this work.
No matter from what background you're from, if you're a Kanaka from within the islands or whatever the case may be, there really is no limit to what you can do.
We're not exploring a place that's never been explored before. The Native Hawaiians have been here for a very long time, and they've explored it to a great extent.
When you're all the way out in the ocean like that, it can be scary at times. Thinking about how ancient Hawaiians were out there on a canoe without any modern technology, it's quite baffling.
Polynesian navigation is a complex process that was developed over thousands of years. It's not just going out and just hoping to find an island, but purposely and intentionally setting out with a skill set that includes hilo, deep understanding and observation of your environment, understanding the ocean currents, the wind patterns, the constellations that are guiding you, what birds may indicate land, certain currents that may indicate seamounts. Polynesian voyagers had an extensive toolkit that they maintained over centuries and passed down through the generations.
That sort of thing isn't developed overnight. That knowledge is gained through generations and generations of practice and experimentation, and that is something that just blows my mind. I think the impact that the cultural liaisons have on this expedition is allowing for a connection that needed to be made between Western knowledge and Hawaiian traditional knowledge.
I think the idea of indigenous knowledge and science being separate is something that we want to try and move away from. Just because you're new to a place and making a discovery that's new to you doesn't mean that somebody else hasn't already been there and hasn't already made that discovery or doesn't already have information about what you're curious about.
We really need multiple knowledge systems to create solutions that are led by indigenous communities, because at the end of the day, who will be living in these spaces? It'll be our indigenous communities.
When you have an intimate connection with your place and that knowledge is passed down through the generations, it builds this intimacy with your environment and the understanding that we are all interconnected. And so when you go into the world with that understanding, you are much more careful of the way that you move. I know that indigenous and ancestral knowledge can help us as we face the struggles of climate change, of environmental degradation.
The health of our places and our oceans are directly tied to the health of our people and our culture. And so this Cultural Liaison program is a chance for us to show that multiple knowledge systems is essential to develop solutions that really take care of our oceans.
Ancestral knowledge is a key in order to move forward in a relationship with the environment. Instead of being at odds and at war with our environment, we need to think about the generations that come after us. What is that world going to look like for those generations, and what are we leaving them? And so join us, join the ancestral knowledge, join the indigenous people as we continue to maintain and mālama and take care of our relationships, our ancestors, our deities that are manifested in the natural environment.